Welcome to the bad boy pod, talking bad boy bards, make a good girl nuts with the bad boy swag. Having conversations that a bad boy man sit down, relax, kick back, have a blast, enjoy the bad boy pod, brought to you by Lady Parts.
Yes.
Right.
We didn't get those drops.
Right. We didn't get the drops.
Oh, don't call Ken.
We didn't get the drops of Randy Jackson in one of our bad boy updates, but we will.
You're not
Maybe
a good singer.
we can after the testicle.
I guess we could.
We could. We'll see how we feel.
We'll figure it out.
Well, here we are back in the testicle, back in Pasadena. I've had a couple power outages, but we made it through.
Yeah. Why? I don't know.
I don't really get it, but yeah, I'm no DWP myself.
There's no
Department of
DWPologist,
Department of Water Power.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no DPologist.
which is what they're called.
DPologist, if you know what I mean.
So they do. Oh, so DWP is up here as well.
Well, we have Pasadena DWP.
Oh, see,
Oh,
that's what I was
a little bit
wondering.
different.
Everything is so weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow.
But you know, we're back, and we didn't open the fridge during the power outage. I know you were asking.
But we
yourself.
did have cheese string or string cheese
right
or
after.
whatever. Some people call it cheese string in this house that don't live here.
You are the only person I've ever met who calls it that.
I'm not sure why they reversed it in Canada, but honestly, love it.
Because that's what Canada
cheese string?
does.
Yum.
That's what Canada
String
does.
cheese? Weird.
As a country that's about to go to war with Canada, Canada is all about reversing compound nouns or whatever they're fucking called.
Yeah, wow, you heard it here last.
You heard it here last.
So is the enemy of Canada and hates Canada.
I hate Canada.
Look very cozy in the socks today, I will say.
My friend Gabo got me these socks, and she was like, I hope you like these ugly socks. And I was like, you know what? I really do.
They're right up Zoe's alley only because they're extremely cozy,
They're very cozy.
not because they're ugly.
They're like a little bit like the color. Like I would literally never mix these colors together. In a
No,
million
but you would
years.
all wear these colors individually.
I would. I
Yes.
would. We'll put it in Wilmer Slimerama for sure.
We'll
or you'll
definitely
see
put
it in
her
the picture.
beautiful feet in, and I hope that she ends up on that foot site that I can't remember the name of. Wiki Feet. There we go.
I don't think. I mean,
You might.
If this ends up on WikiFeet, here I'll put my other one in there too, so you can.
Wow. This
see
ends
that
up
they're
on
best
Wiki
friends.
Feet. Pay her $45.
I mean, you can't even see my feet.
No.
I'm gonna be
They're
on
about like
Wiki socks.
real sockmen out there.
You know this is LL Bean.
Wow, is it?
Yeah.
There are probably some real dudes out there, and I'm only saying dudes. I don't know why. I just don't think
Yeah.
women are into feet, but maybe they are.
Some dude would really want my foot in their ass.
Fully.
Honestly, my name is Blue Eyed Killer Jade, and you know how she has the client that she pegs,
Yes.
Peggy Sue,
Peggy
is what
Sue.
she calls it to her fans. She saw him recently, and he wanted her. I'll let him in. He wanted her to put her foot in his ass.
Oh, Peggy Sue.
Peggy Sue.
Wow, that's a strange request, but
she
you know
was
what?
like-
Do whatever you want.
Well, she said no,
Oh.
but
She didn't want to.
she did go to like the Home Goods
Well, why?
equivalent in Australia because like I just think she's not like into that.
Yeah, I guess.
I think she just has her boundaries, and she's like,
I'm saying, yeah, I guess, like I was ever previously into it, but like I'm not into it. But I guess
No.
I understand her boundaries.
I wouldn't be into foot and ass play
I don't
necessarily.
think so.
I mean, also it's like you can never control a toenail sharpness. My name is Diane.
That's a really good point.
You know, like
I
that.
mean, I'm always stabbing Carlos just in life.
Yeah.
And
They'll
my
they'll
nails
stab
nails.
you when you least expect it. So I'd be careful before you shove a foot in somebody's ass personally. But she went to like I guess it's called TK Maxx.
TK Maxx.
And
That's
was saying,
Australian TJ Maxx?
I guess so. And was saying like
Hate
Peggy
that.
Sue wants me to get something big because like what does she say? She says his eyes are bigger than his stomach. Mm-hmm. But I guess he really wants like a big old thing in his butt.
Okay.
And so she found a candle that's like shaped like a shoe. And we'll put the candle in
Wow.
Wilmer Slimerama.
Okay, wow. Interesting.
Two Slimeramas in the testicle. Can you believe it?
That's huge. I mean, I hope this boot is huge too. Or do I? It's interesting that he would pick a boot, or like that he would have such a interest, but like I would put boot over toe.
It was a candle, a shoe candle.
No, I know for sure, but like
Yeah. A fake boot over a real boot.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
my brutal boot.
But you know, she wanted to make sure it was something that wouldn't like get stuck or dissolve or like get sucked up in there. You know how butts do.
I mean, I guess like, are you gonna get wax stuck in your ass? Email Diane.
Yeah, I was wondering about like, is a candle really safe to put up your butt? I can ask my friend who used to work at a sex shop. I mean, but then they're gonna be like,
Why are you asking? But also,
like, something stuck.
it has a little string.
Little string,
It has a little string.
little string, little string
But
in
I
your
feel
butt.
like, I don't know. Again, maybe put it in with the wick and that has like the, you know, like what would you call it? The butt end of the wick. first, just in case you really have to pull it back.
My name is Julia Davidovich. Well, it didn't. The whole candle shoe didn't fit in.
And my name is Zoe Clark. The whole candle shoe did not fit in.
Okay, well, introducing ourselves in the testicle, but when it happens, it happens, you know. All right, let's see how it sounds.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Why do you have that in your head? Are you serious?
No, I know. You're right. And why could I possibly have that in my head?
It is the song of the century. Anyway, we're recording again.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you could tell, but we are about 2 drops heavier.
Oh my God. Well, I don't. Yeah.
Lighter?
Maybe they can.
Would you say lighter?
You'll see. No, I didn't
Okay.
say that. I said, how could they? But you'll see.
I don't know. The energy, you can tell in our energy that we've had 2.
We've been loaded down.
We've
with
been
drops.
loaded. We've been loaded down and loaded on, if you ask me.
I can't no more.
If you know, you know, and you probably don't, because why would you? But we'll put in Warmer Slimerama for sure when
Oh
we
my
talk
God.
about updates.
What a moment. Can't wait to talk about that.
We've already introduced ourselves in the testicle.
I have the
so.
same penis pump, by the way.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, that's for the what's it called? Like
Oh,
the
yeah. What is that for?
Smalling machine. It's like for the. It's not a penis pump. It's for
It's like a
It
air
is a
pump.
penis pump. Yeah. It's an
Oh,
air
it's for
pump.
like a mattress or whatever.
I
But
got
it's not.
Mine came with my what's it called? The compression things that like compress or whatever. This little like why can't I remember the name? You vacuum sealing thing.
Oh, yes, that is where it came.
That's what it is.
Yeah, like a vacuum sealing bag.
I don't have penis pump anywhere.
So, yeah, so it actually doesn't penis pump, it penis sucks.
It sucks out.
It
yeah.
sucks
Sucks
out.
the guts out.
It sucks the
of your
guts out, and then you
penis.
could really pack a pillow in there, and no one would see it.
Only men with foreskin can use it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
weird.
Have you ever... Here's the thing about them.
Yes.
They always tend to get a little air in there.
What do you mean?
Oh, like when you're vacuum sealing one of those bags.
Oh,
I feel
well,
like over time they puff up.
Something happens. I
Something
don't know
happens.
what.
Something happens.
Most
seal,
of the vacuum sealed stuff is in our storage thingy, so I'm
So
just
you'll never
like,
know.
it's like I don't want to know until I show up. And I'm like, oh fuck.
we'll vacuum store a duvet every season. And by the way,
Oh yeah.
we took our duvet off after Marcy pissed on it, and we
Mm-hmm.
still haven't put it back on because it's been unseasonably warm. Although it's chilly today.
I'm sorry, it's fucking freezing. So
It is
better put that back on.
It's
Hey
freezing.
Marcy, don't break out the piss.
Good boy. It's finally got that rain going.
Oh my god. And we needed it.
What a girl!
Oh my God.
Did we ever? So yeah, but it's not flooding, but that's good.
Thank God.
Anyway, who's your bad boy on the block this week?
I can't wait to prepare for flooding this time.
Oh, it's gonna be the best.
I actually have a plan.
Oh,
What were you gonna? What'd you?
Sand?
Bad boy? No, it's this. I didn't know it existed till I literally went online, and it's like picture like a bumper, and then like you put your door in between the 2 bumpers, and you just kind of slide it in underneath. I'm not really sure.
Oh.
It's like bowling bumpers, but it's like
Yeah,
a
but
double-sided
for-
bumper, but for your door.
For your
You know,
door.
like,
Okay.
and I think it's literally just 2 styrofoam like tubes.
Yeah.
Inside of like, some casing.
Okay.
And it's a very simple design that I'm just like, Jesus Christ, why didn't I just
Sounds like
Google it
something
earlier?
Peggy Sue would take in the butt.
Oh, I think no, a little flimsy.
Okay, yeah.
A little flimsy.
We need it to be sturdy, like a candle shaped like a sneaker.
Yeah, wax is so stable.
Famously stable.
So stable.
Famously not going to chip off in there. My name
Definitely
is Diane.
not. I don't know.
Your bad boy on the block, though.
God, so many. Definitely. I don't know. It's like, do I want to disclose this one? I figured out what my fun thing was like a few weeks ago when I had that vag prob.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally yeast infection.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
It always is.
It's like
So you went on some anti-bye-byes and it went away?
it's like whatever I went on. But like, no, this is what happened.
Please.
Kaiser sucks.
I know
And
we're all fully invested in your yeast infection.
I think everybody cares.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you aren't, skip ahead 15 seconds 100 times.
yeah. Just keep skipping ahead until we're talking about some other vaginal disorder, I'm sure.
Until we start talking about the inside of my ass.
That's
anyway,
next.
Sorry.
That's your second bad boy on the block.
Yeah, exactly. Or unless you're into that. Hi.
Yeah, in which case, by all means.
Hello. Yeah, no, it was just annoying because like they were
Why
like,
couldn't
yeah,
they diagnose that immediately?
because I went to like the regular, like I just booked it with a fucking regular family doctor, which apparently a female family doctor could not diagnose that. Not
That's
sure how.
fucking wild.
So dumb. She like didn't give me a exam. She just did like an outer exam and was like, yeah, whatever. I think it's probably that. Just use some Monistat. Never used it in my life, by the way, because I'm not really...
The egg inserter?
Not even. It was like a suppository, but like a liquid.
A liquid suppository?
Yeah, like you could launch it up there. And I was like, oh, okay. But literally, I've never used it. I've never really, and not a brag, it's just I've never...
Yeah.
I don't know why. I've just never had to.
I've never had to use Monistat liquid suppository. It's fine.
Guess not. And then, but I didn't realize that, like, even though I thought it was just on the outside, which my doctor fucking said was, that I would have to use both suppository on the outside. So I was just putting it on the outside. And I was like, this will go away. Didn't go away. And then I had to go in there and I was like, hey, gynecologist, can you tell me? And they're like, oh, yeah, just take this one pill.
Once?
I was like, once.
Oh my God, these fucking idiots.
I know. I was like, why don't you just give me the fucking one pill, doctor? But it wasn't the doctor. The pussy doctor was the non-pussy doctor.
Always go to the pussy doctor.
You know, I've learned. Always go to the pussy doctor. Email
I
Diane.
mean, but like not being able to diagnose a yeast infection, you should lose your license, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm going to sue their ass.
That's insane. You fucking should.
It's so stupid.
Because like...
Guys, so annoying.
Everyone gets like 75 yeast infections a year. So like, what are you thinking?
Give me the one pill. Worst part about it, they were like, don't drink tonight. I was like, easy. I'll live.
Please.
I think I'll live.
Oh my God. I hate these people. I hate doctors so much. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Enough about our flawless medical industry.
I think it's
well,
perfect,
I'm glad
actually.
that it worked.
Yeah. And they were literally like, and if it doesn't work in a few days, call us and get a second one. You might just need a second dose.
God forbid.
It cost $5. The fucking terrible, messy ass Monistat.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, she was like, you have to use both if you want to get rid of this. I was like, okay, well, who would have told me that?
Yeah.
It was twice the amount. So I was like, oh, so I paid $9 for this? Not that I'm really I am that stingy, actually. That's what I'm talking about it.
Well, it's
but
like...
I could have paid $5 and got this
it's
done.
just so objectively much easier to take a pill than to launch liquid suppository into your V.
At the hour I go to bed? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No.
Dumb. Come on.
That sucks.
Let me live.
My bad boy on the block is... Yesterday, I was running some errands, as I do, and I went to this coffee shop in South Pasadena called Jones's Coffee to get myself a little treat.
They aren't, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I don't know.
There's one in Pasadena.
Are they the airport coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I've had a Jones. Delicious.
It's, solid.
They're the Burbank one. Burbank Airport Coffee.
They roast in Pasadena, and we get our beans from there. But anyway,
Roasters.
I was in South Pasadena, so I went to the one in South Pasadena. I was like, I ordered my drink and I was like, okay, where's the bathroom? I went upstairs to use the bathroom. And it's like, I was like, oh, damn, I didn't realize there was an upstairs. Anyway, I used the bathroom, coming down the stairs, fucking fall down the stairs. I fall down the stairs.
Who falls down the stairs but Zoe? But
I mean, it was one of
Don't
those
do
things
that.
where like, oopsie, you missed the last step. It was like one of those like, oh, there's a last step there, my bad. But instead of just like tripping like normal, I like literally fell. I mean, I fell on my knees. And my toes hurt. So it was like, and everyone looked at me and it was like really a dramatic moment. Everyone, like all the baristas looked at me. There was this old guy there and I stood up and I was like, I'm okay. Nobody saw that. You know, you always say that to like, I don't know, whatever. I like said it. And I was like, and this guy goes, thank God you're all right.
And you saluted him.
I was like, yeah, my knees hurt. Let me just get my drink and leave.
God.
Anyway,
Highly embarrassing.
It was really embarrassing. Like I didn't injure myself, but it was like I like on the way back to my car, I was like walking so fast because I was like, I don't want to ever see. I'm like, no, I will never go to that coffee shop again. Honestly.
When I fell in the dark, I mean, I was kind of happy no one saw me, but I was like, I guess I could have died.
Oh, when you were on the street.
Yes, on the street. Yeah.
I mean,
it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. And like, I feel like 95% of the time when you trip, you sort of catch yourself. But to actually fall, to make contact with the ground, whatever body part it is, like there's just something so humiliating about it where it's like, I'm a toddler now. Like I look like a baby 2-year-old who like just learned how to walk. Yeah. And apparently I don't know how to go downstairs anymore.
I've done it a few times and I'm just like, wow, I actually fell, I guess.
And
guess I don't know how to walk, huh?
My instinct is to be like, well, I'm sure people do this every day, right? But I didn't ask that because they'd probably be like, I've worked here for 7 years and I've never seen somebody fall down the stairs.
No one ever falls here, actually. It's like, I always think of this guy that I saw fall. This was kind of an epic fall, but he really hated this fall that he did. And he made sure we all heard it. But it was pretty bad. He really did a tripper and it was like, he just got up and kept running, and I was like, Jesus Christ, you're really just like running.
I mean, like, it didn't draw blood.
Whoa.
I didn't break anything, but it's not comfy to fall onto, like, you know, a
I'm
floor.
still scabby.
You're still scabby.
I've still got
well,
like
falling outside, like, you're really in the elements, and that was a big fall.
that was a scabby fall. But here's the thing, you know, you really see the difference between
That was a curb alert.
That was a curb alert. So
Yeah.
curb alert versus tripping on the mountain, totes different.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, that's only scabbed up for like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks max. And I was wearing shorts.
Wow,
like,
you're kind of, she's tripping.
I'm a trippy bitch.
You're a bit trippy.
I really do trip. But like, okay, my chances are higher if I hike almost every day.
That's true.
Let's
That's
be honest.
true.
But like, who among us? But like,
Have you gone hiking again since?
no, I was going to wait till a few rains.
Okay.
Here they come.
Here they come.
Thank fucking God. I've missed them so much. I did the stairs the other day in a mask.
Horrible.
Boy, that sucks ass.
But no, you're going to be able to do it again soon.
And you feel like a pyro because even if you walk even closer, they have people like patrolling outside, like the hiking.
Oh, to make sure that no one's setting fires.
Because like the side entrance is kind of like a sneaky entrance.
Uh-huh.
And that's where, because someone set a fire there a few weeks ago, or that was this week. And it was like the sneaky entrance. And
oh, wow.
they had someone standing outside there and you're like, I'm not going in. I'm just looking. I just want to come in, please.
I mean, I get it, but
I'm not going to go in.
Everyone needs to relax.
I mean, please, if
but
anyone
also-
burns down my beloved
But
trail,
also,
I'll
like,
kill
don't
myself.
burn stuff down. But also, I wonder how much of it is just like unhoused people who are trying to stay warm, and normally would be fine for them to light a fire and stay warm that way, but because it's been so dry and shitty and whatever. I saw somebody say that online, so I'm like, now I'm an expert.
I guess so. I mean, sure, the wind and fire expert.
Yeah. Well, we
the
all
only
are
thing
at
I
this
saw
point.
about this particular man was someone was like, this person was wearing orange pants. And I was
right.
like,
and he was
well,
arrested.
those are just some ugly pants.
Yeah. Right. And then I said if I were to commit an arson, I would wear neutral pants.
Totally. Khakis only.
Khakis or just like
Guys.
a dark watch blue jean where you're like, it maybe was a blue jean or it was maybe black.
Hey, arsonists or people who are not arsonists.
Yep.
I
No more
wouldn't wear
orange,
orange
pants. Okay, who's your next bad boy on the block?
Oh my God. I feel like there's so many.
Yeah.
I mean,
remarkably have two.
what was my other one?
After such amazing weeks of not being able to leave the house.
Oh my God. It's
Oh, and
perfect.
you know what I will say? Part of the reason I was running errands was because I needed to get my steps in. Because I was like, I need to go somewhere and walk around. So I was going to go to the mall to get my steps in, but I went to like an antique place anyway.
Oh God, I went to the museum last weekend. Bad idea. I mean, like, it was fun. Love the museum. But like, it's packed.
Which museum?
Just Natural History Museum.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, Kevin, I saved your life.
Yeah, we're still plugged in.
Yeah. Wow.
Good job, Kevin.
He really tried to like commit suicide just now. It was like, she's really annoying.
Hold on, let me do a quick pause so that I can save this.
Stephanie, you're not a very good singer.
Absolutely. BRB. Okay, we're back.
We're back.
There are two people on Duolingo.
There were two people on Duolingo this week on the leaderboard, and they were number 1 and number 2, and they're both named Kathy. And I was like, should I change my name just as a joke?
Yeah, you could
Just,
really
like,
make
make it
it a
up
real
there.
battle of the Kathys on Duolingo.
Like, here I come.
But you're in like, so you kind of get like put into like a group.
It's so random all the time. It's just like, I try to get the Slacker groups because I don't want to like I don't want to fall out a diamond because I'm like, I don't want to follow a fucking diamond. Hello, I'm a
why
diamond
would you?
link.
But if
Don't
you
let me.
do too good, you'll be put in a non-slacker group.
Kind of. I feel like it's like depending on the time of day, honestly. Because I'm like,
Oh.
if you're like raring to go right at midnight, that's when like people are just like, yeah, I'm like,
And you're
on
still
this.
doing Russian.
I'm doing Russian and Greek mostly right now. Yeah, I like Greek.
Okay.
It's fun.
Literally
But
most
Greek
useless language of all time, but no offense to any of our Greek fans.
But no, I think Greek is fun because like sometimes okay, here's why it's fun and easy, not to sound like fucking Mrs. Frizzle, but it's like you'll hear roots of words and you're like, oh,
sure.
that's the word.
yeah,
so
yeah,
that
yeah,
would
yeah.
be obviously what that is.
Okay, fine.
It's fucking fun, bitch.
Fine. You
Jesus
love, what's it called
Christ.
when you study the beginning of language?
I don't remember.
There's a word. And you know it. and you love it.
Linguistics?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
No, it's like not etymology, but maybe it is.
Who knows? Who fucking knows?
Okay,
People
who's your next
die.
bad boy on the block?
I honestly don't remember. It'll pop out of my body. It'll just like ooze
Okay,
out of me
whenever
soon, I'm sure.
whenever it oozes out of your
Oh, it's my nails. Accidentally too long.
Whoops. Yep.
I asked. Carlos.
They are very long.
Carlos noticed. I did not. Apparently, that my nails are even longer than usual.
If you didn't point it out, I wouldn't have noticed, but they are quite long.
I noticed.
You're definitely bordering on receptionist length, if you know what I mean.
Pretty long right now, but I like them. I mean, visually beautiful. However,
but the thing is, like
hard
in
to live.
5 days, they're going to be far too long.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know?
It's kind of crazy. I'll have to do a fill soon, I think.
I'll have to do a fill.
And then I'll have to just
my
sand me
second bad
down.
boy. Last night, it rained. Amazing. Our power went out in the middle of the night.
Oh,
And our neighbors were mid
fucking.
party.
Oh.
And they had a band, a live band. And apparently
Which ones?
that way.
Oh,
They're not like a direct neighbor. It's like
okay.
a couple, like maybe a block or two away, but like shit was loud. And the power went out, and usually I have my air purifier and my white noise machine going, so nothing's penetrating these ears.
Oh no.
But
so
not-
you were up past 11.
I was up, baby.
She's up till.
Well, I fell asleep
12:30.
when I was up because the power went out, and I was like, okay, the power's out, whatever. Apparently, they had a generator so they could continue to amplify
Why, of
their
course.
live band
Oh my gosh.
throughout the night. And I went to Great Extremes, and I put a white noise thing on my phone.
Oh.
And she was blaring, trying to drown out the music.
Some
And then-
people
and then our
really
power
like.
came back on
Oh my god.
eventually.
Some people really like what's it called? The fan or whatever.
Yeah, I like that. You don't?
I don't see.
You
I don't
prefer
like it.
silence?
I like rain,
Sure.
even if it's like fake rain.
No, I love white noise.
Yeah.
My
I
name
don't
is Zoe
mind
Clark. If you were to have another humongous wedding, would you do live band or DJ?
God, I don't know actually. Probably DJ.
I think DJ.
I don't want a live band.
Email Diane if you would do live band or DJ at your humongous wedding.
At your huge wedding, which
I don't want a live
has to
band.
be at least 4,000 people. When Zoe gets married again next week.
Next week?
Yeah, why not?
Absolutely. Everyone's invited to my huge wedding next week. It'll be.
Zoe loves getting
We're
married.
actually gonna have 2 DJs.
They're going to be dueling.
Yeah, they're going to be dueling DJs, and they're going to be so far apart. You can't, like the wedding is going to be so big
It's
that
gonna
it's
be like
going to
on a
take up like multiple miles.
Yeah, on a farm somewhere actually.
Yeah, so like on one side of the farm it'll be like more pop music, and on the other side of the farm it'll be oldies.
Follow my wife on Instagram, please.
I want a divorce.
Have you seen We'll definitely put the cover of Hilaria Baldwin's new book in When We're Slimerama because Alec Baldwin is in it, tied up in a chair.
Okay.
My name is Kinky Baldwin.
I have not seen Kinky Baldwins.
You haven't seen Kinky? You haven't seen
I
the
gotta
Kinky
see the
Baldwins?
Kinky Baldwins.
When's that TLC show coming out?
I want a
I
divorce.
don't know.
I don't know either.
It's probably called Kinky Baldwins.
I mean, if it's not, I want
it's
my
on
money back.
TLC, right?
Yeah.
Where the hell are the Kinky Baldwins?
Where are the Kinky Baldwins at?
I would
mean,
have
they're
seen it by now.
They're
Come
literally
on.
3 years old, but
I mean, all I do is come home and watch TLC every day.
right? I
Just
know.
Kidding.
I know.
But it is funny that like 30 Rock predicted MILF Island, then MILF Island actually became MILF Island. I'm pretty sure that happened. If it didn't, take it out.
No, I don't think it was called MILF Island, but there was that MILF show
Something like
where
that.
it was like.
Was it not
a
literally
dating-
MILF Island?
I don't know if it was called MILF Island. Maybe it was.
We'll see.
I never watched that, but it was like all the boys were there, and they're like, and here's who you're dating, and it was all of their moms.
Yeah, that literally happened.
Iconic.
Pretty sure.
All right, so we're gonna do updates this week because why not?
Yeah, it's our podcast, bitch.
I mean, do we need to go into the Elon Nazi salute, or should we just accept that it happened?
Yeah, I just frowned. I mean, you know how we all feel about it. It's so weird. It's. I mean, I'm like, it's so weird. It's just like, oh God, what a psychopath.
I mean, like
Why do we have to talk about
he's
this?
admitted
fucking
it.
Psychopath.
He literally is like now poking fun at us on X, being like, you did not see that coming. I'm like, what is this popsicle joke humor you got going on, Elon?
so
But I read
loserish.
I read that Trump's White House chief of staff is like trying to keep him away from Trump, which is funny.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't think Trump likes Elon. I think Trump thinks Elon's weird,
Interesting.
in my opinion.
I mean, I think Trump is weird, but
I think they're both pretty weird.
I think they're both pretty weird guys.
I think they're both definitely Nazis.
Oh yeah, I mean it's funny. People are just like, but Jared Kushner and his daughter's Jewish. And I'm like, okay,
If we've learned anything in the past couple years, it's that like, look, white supremacy. You could be a Jewish white supremacist.
absolutely.
My name is probably a bunch.
Yeah, There are probably a bunch.
Probably a bunch. So, we don't have to get into it. You can be autistic and a Nazi at the same time, not mutually exclusive. So, also, I don't think that's Elon's primary problem. Because, there was that whole discourse. I was like, he wasn't a Nazi salute. He's just autistic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, we don't need to rehash that, but he definitely did that. Okay.
Okay, no more.
Okay, we could talk about
That
him.
is how I feel about Elon.
So at the Trump inauguration, there were many performers, as we discussed, including My Name is Kid, including Carrie Underwood, who had some technical difficulties, and she was upset that she wasn't being treated like Beyonce. She said that.
Oh.
Like, maybe you should try sucking less.
You're Carrie Underwood. You suck.
And she did like an a cappella version of America the Beautiful or something like that, and it was really bad. And apparently her streaming numbers have gone down.
Oh,
so you'd love to see it. But Billy Ray Cyrus also had a bit of a technical malfunction, and maybe a malfunction of personhood.
Yeah.
When he performed at the Trump inauguration, he did Old Town Road, he did Achy Breaky Heart,
Ugh, painful.
and he seemed
We'll be putting that in the slimer. That's what I mentioned earlier.
show, and he seems unwell. I'll be honest.
His whole family, all 16 children that he has from,
The
I
whole
don't even
Cyrus
know.
Brigade.
I had no idea there were so many fucking kids.
There were so many kids.
Apparently he's been hanging out with his 30-year-old son. I'm like, who is this kid?
So when this technical difficulty happened, he said, in life, when you have technical difficulties, you just got to keep going. Whereas President Trump would say, you got to fight.
You know what? That's the smartest thing he's ever said.
And then his son, Trace Cyrus, said on Instagram, they've been no contact for a while, I guess, but he wrote an Instagram post expressing his genuine concern about his father and his health. And I guess Trace had previously had an alcohol problem, and he's, however months clean now. And he's like, I know what you're going through, and we can talk about it. So, I mean, like, definitely insinuating that he's like having some sort of drug or alcohol situation going on. Billy Ray is. And he said, me and the girls have been worried about you, but you've pushed all of us away, he said, referencing Brandy Cyrus, Miley Cyrus, and Noah Cyrus, who allegedly all signed off on the post.
And then I forget that I read the Fire Rose thing when she was just like, she had she wrote some post on like Instagram being like, she's not liking what she's seeing, but this is kind of a taste of what she's been going through, essentially.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay. And
So
then
he was fully Bellige.
Oh, I guess he's probably fully Bellige. I mean, according to her.
Yeah.
But also just like, oh yeah, I forgot you met her on the set of your daughter's show when she was like 20 years old, and you've been grooming
Not
her.
even.
Like, you
No, she was a
sicko.
teenager when they met.
Disturbing. Just horrible.
So now,
gross. Yeah, get help, man.
his
You've
son
been
posted
gross
that.
for a long time.
His son posted that, and then his son posted again in the last couple days, like, a family member contacted him and said that Billy Ray said that he was going to take legal action against his son for making that post.
Oh, okay. Have fun,
So
bro.
what does that mean? He's going to sue him for like
For asking
defamation, for saying like you need fucking help because of your horrible performance.
Yeah, I mean, like, performance.
Like, take the
human.
L. Take the L. Be like, you know what? You're right. Like, if I made my living being a performing artist, and I had a really bad performance, and somebody gave me such a good out, which was like, clearly you're going through it, I'd be like, you're right. I was really going through it. Like,
You're right.
that's why it was so
They
bad.
really tried to help that one last time.
Yeah. Like,
I
just
guess I
take
didn't even
it.
see it like that.
Just take it and be like, God, that was a mess. I was such a mess. Whoopsie doopsie daisy. I hate Trump and everything he stands for. And that performance was so not me. Like, your entire image has been tarnished this year because Miley Cyrus won't talk to you. She's way more famous than you. You dated somebody you met as a child, and now you're performing at Trump's inauguration, literally slurring your words and groveling into the like,
Ew.
sounding like fucking BoJack Horseman into the microphone. Like,
Imagine you married someone that you knew as an adult when you were a child.
I can't because
I
they were all.
can't.
I mean,
if I did,
but
I'd be
there
a
was
different
like there's that
person.
one person who you're like, ew, it definitely would have been him though.
No, I know, which is so nuts. But like, imagine that person, and that's Billy Ray
Ew.
Cyrus.
That's Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah.
That one creepy guy who that one creepy old guy who always gave you a weird amount of attention when
Age was just a number for them.
you were a 14-year-old girl, and you were like, is this what being a dad is? Because you don't have a dad. And so you think maybe he's just like being a bit of a dad, but then you grow up and you realize that was not daddy behavior.
Maybe he's
Speaking
born
of
with it.
daddy.
Maybe it's not daddy behavior.
It's not daddy behavior.
No.
Speaking of daddy, Mel Gibson says that Trump's visit to LA is like daddy arrived.
Wow, we got to put this in the slammer.
We
for real.
gotta put it in the slimer.
It's like daddy arrived with his what? Belt?
He was on Fox, obviously, and he said, "I'm glad Trump's here at the moment. It's like daddy arrived and he's taken his belt off, you know." So,
It's like, were we all watching the same program?
does that mean he's about to
Hit you with it?
right? Is he about to beat the fires with a belt?
It's like, what's all the daddy talk with Republicans?
Or is he just trying to relax? You know, take his belt. Like is that the like male equivalent of taking your bra off after a long day of work? It's like it. You know, Trump arrived. He took off his bra, and he's like,
Is that how he feels about it? Like he can take off his own belt because Trump is here, because he can relax? Because I don't think Trump is taking off his belt.
right. But it's also like, what's Trump taking off his belt for?
I kind of feel like Mel Gibson's just insane.
Yeah, I mean, like, maybe there's no real reason to try and parse together what Mel Gibson was trying to say.
Yeah.
It's like daddy arrived and he's taking his belt off, you know? Because that's like, okay, your
To
dad
me, I'm
gets
like-
home from work and the first thing he does is beat you with a belt.
That's what it sounds like to me.
That is
just
what it sounds like.
Daddy's home and he's going to kick your ass because you were bad.
Because you were bad.
And I'm just like, oh, okay. Why?
And this is supposed
why
to help
is
the
Trump coming
wildfire-
to kick my ass?
Like, why is Trump coming to beat me with a belt? And like, what does that have to do with the wildfires?
Why is Daddy here coming to hit me with his belt? Mel Gibson, famous hater of Jews. I don't understand.
I just like, I'm like, maybe he's mixing metaphors or something, but it's like, I guess.
I think he's mixing metaphors for sure, but it's hard to tell
like
because
maybe
he's
it's not his
actually
daddy.
nuts.
Maybe he's not talking about his daddy. Maybe he's not like he's saying like what LA needs is a daddy to come home and beat it with a belt after it's been literally set on fire for 3 weeks straight.
LA, the victim, has
Yeah.
been on fire for weeks,
And
and,
what it
we
really
need to
needs-
get our ass kicked by Dad.
It needs corporal punishment and at the hand of Trump's belt.
It's just like, does he see him like does he see belt as cracking a whip? Is that what he's like looking for?
Oh,
'Cause
is he
I'm
like-
assuming he means cracking the whip, but he
Right.
but in his head. So I think he's confusing some things. If I had to like really delve
Yeah.
into what Mel
Yeah.
Gibson is actually
Yeah,
saying,
what's he saying?
I think Mel Gibson is actually saying that he wants someone to lay down the law and like have some order.
Yeah.
But he confuses it because he's actually mentally unwell.
Yeah,
So like he thinks something completely different, like what's coming out of his mouth is like something he thinks is actually laying down. Like I think he would probably hit someone.
Right.
It was what I'm actually getting from this.
Right.
He's a
but
violent person in his
I
heart.
think you're right. What he's saying is like, oh, good. Now daddy's here to whip the city into shape to what? Rebuild? I just like, I'm like a little confused because like the fires, I mean, look.
Did
the
Mel
damage-
lose his house? Like, did Mel lose something here? I don't know.
Honestly, and I wouldn't say this about many people, I kind of hope so.
I wouldn't say about many people either, but you know what? I need to know. I need to know
I
right
hope
now.
his house burned down with all of his daddy's belts in there. Weird guy.
It's like I don't wish ill will on anyone except Mel Gibson, weirdly. I don't know why. Mel Gibson did his house burn down. Google.
and then I just wrote Mark Zuckerberg checking out Lauren Sanchez's boobs at the inauguration.
Oh, I gotta see that picture. Why didn't I see that picture?
You didn't see that?
I don't think so.
So
his house did burn down in Malibu.
Okay. Recent in this most recent one?
It says, okay, January 10th. This is not AI. Mel Gibson has revealed his home has been destroyed in the Los Angeles wildfires while he was away recording Joe Rogan's podcast.
No.
The Oscar-winning film star said his Malibu property was
That's so
completely
funny.
toasted and criticized California perfect governor Gavin Newsom over the crisis. One thing that's nice is, I don't have to I don't feel like I have to protect Gavin Newsom when I see my aunt at Christmas, but
Yeah.
at the same time, when someone else makes fun of Gavin Newsom, I'm
That's
almost
fine.
like, hey, don't make fun of Gavin, okay?
Yeah, I mean, like, look, he
sucks ass.
He sucks.
And I don't
ass.
like him.
We don't like him, but we were talking about it earlier. It is fun to watch somebody who's objectively more attractive than Trump stand up to him.
It is funny, yeah.
And he kissed Melania on the cheek, and I hope that sent Trump. I hope Trump walked right into Daddy's house with a. Yep, there he is. I hope Trump walked right in the daddy's house. But anyway, at the inauguration, as we know, the tech bros were front and center. And there's Mark Zuckerberg is standing next to Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, Lauren Sanchez, who's wearing a, I'm not going to comment on what women are wearing, but it is definitely more of on the lingerie side of something you would wear to an inauguration.
Sexy.
She looks great. And definitively, there's a moment where he checks out her boobs. So there's that.
I love when you see it in action. I mean, listen.
It's very satisfying.
When you see some tits, sometimes you just gotta look. My name is Diane and also Julie Davidovich, unfortunately.
And also,
sometimes I just see some tits.
Apparently the Zuck, because, I mean...
Oh, wow. Sorry, this is unrelated to anything, but...
Okay.
I love that some new neighbor has just realized that the laundry room floods during this time.
Oh, that's good.
I love when people learn things and you're like,
and you're like, yep,
ha ha ha,
get used to it, lady, or bro.
Welcome, bitch. I did my laundry on Friday.
So Barron Trump was also there, and he's quite tall. And I would say that's pretty much the gist of the inauguration. Trump did not put his hand on the Bible when he swore himself in.
Oh, he didn't? Oh, not that I care, but
the Bible was present. It was in his vicinity, but his hand was not upon it.
Oh, that's funny. He's just like a little vampire, you know what I mean? He's just like, oops, I'm not going to do it.
He genuinely can't do anything right. We're not in the World Health Organization anymore. What's recalled? I don't know. We're going to have to check Canada for that.
I guess so. What's recalled? Don't eat any boxed lettuce, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe do. Maybe only eat boxed lettuce.
Don't, maybe we all just take ourselves out in some sort of giant, what was the name of Jonestown-esque mass suey buoy by eating contaminated lettuce.
Oh God, what was that?
It was
Diane.
Jonestown.
We'll put it in the slime. We'll put it in the slime.
Oh, it was the Kool-Aid.
Was it
or whatever?
It was. It was Jonestown,
wasn't it?
Because they were Kool-Aid, but I didn't know there was like. Oh, I
no,
thought
that was the
like,
mass suicide one.
Sure, but I thought you were saying there was some other like mass suicide by lettuce, and I'm like,
no, I'm saying we should do that as a country.
Oh,
yeah. I'm saying like now that
we will be going down in history of the first lettuce cult. That's fine. I love arugula. I'm really all about the greens.
So we're gonna do bagged. No, it's like always like the prepackaged salad. So it has to be like the Southwest salad that's sold at Vons or whatever.
That's exactly what it is. It's like someone's
always Southwest
dirty
salad.
Little finger. Well, it's not that. That's not what happens. It's like salmonella or something.
Yeah, it's
You're like
E. coli.
Okay, but like, how did that happen? Still,
yeah. We're gonna do a mass suicide, E. coli generated suicide. Thanks to Trump, by the way.
I don't know how I found this. I don't know who I went through. I don't know how I went on this wild goose chase of person. But you know how you like end up on someone's profile on Instagram and you're like, why am I here?
Yeah, of course.
But I've been thinking about this delicious snack that she posted. This is so fucking random, but it reminded me because I bought the romaine hearts today.
Oh.
Because this woman furls up goat cheese in a romaine heart and then puts something else like a nut or something in it and
like
eats it like a little snack.
Yum.
And
That
I've been
sounds
thinking about
delicious.
it ever since I saw it. And then I bought romaine hearts and goat cheese today.
Whatever.
And I'm going to do whatever it is.
Fuck it.
Who did that? I want to find out what that other thing you put in
it
it is.
A walnut, I'm going to guess.
Is it walnut? Email Diane if you know this.
I feel like goat cheese walnut.
It's kind of like a different version of the it's like an adult version of the
Ants on a log.
Ants on a log.
Yeah.
It's like cheese in a canoe.
Cheese. It's absolutely cheese in a canoe.
Essentially.
And I believe those were all my updates. Oh, wait, no.
Oh,
The final update.
wow. The final update.
Ryan
Sorry, guys.
Anderson
Wow.
Gypsy Rose's ex
Go Culkin.
has a new girlfriend.
Go
And Gypsy's mad. Okay, this is like according to TikTok gossip.
Wow.
But apparently, just as I said, Ryan Anderson of Go Call Ken fame,
Wow. Go Culkin.
of Gypsy Rose's husband, who got her out of jail, by the way.
Got her out of jail.
Retrieved her from jail.
Like, do you not care at all?
And then she went ahead and left him and had a baby with Kenneth. Anyway, he is apparently dating somebody else. And the new girl that he's dating says that he's still in love with Gypsy Rose.
Impossible.
And Ken says that Gypsy Rose is kind of jealous that Ryan Anderson has a new girlfriend. Oh. And Ken is just over it.
I mean, I know that it's internet gossip, but I can't help but believe it.
Agreed.
But you know who I want? Please weigh in. Gypsy Rose's
Stepmom.
exactly. That's exactly who I want to step in and
Gypsy
talk
Rose's
about it.
stepmom is going to be so mad.
Does she have TikTok? I would only, honestly, I would go on TikTok and sign up for notifications specifically for
Just for
Gypsy Rose's
Christy?
stepmom. Yeah, just for Christy's
Christy.
updates. Christy's updates.
Yeah, we need her updates. But
Christy, text
Ryan,
us.
I mean, if I hope Ryan Anderson has a new girlfriend, I'd be very happy for him. He deserves it. He deserves love. Like anyone does.
Listen, I love you, Ryan Anderson, but I do not want to marry you or fuck you.
No.
But you deserve love.
You deserve love.
And
you
over the
deserve
years-
somebody who wants to marry you. and
I've
fuck
softened. My opinion has softened over Ryan.
I know.
I thought he was such a slimy little
scummer.
yeah, but now I'm just like, you know what?
You know what,
He's
you're
a
kind of-
dog dad out there taking care of his
the dog
his
dad of
baby.
2024. I have not forgotten. And you're funny, and you have a hilarious TikTok presence. And I really hope that this love is real. And I don't want you to be caught up on Gypsy.
I'll toss a update on Ryan and the Slimer.
Please do.
Just put
And
something in there.
if we could find a picture of him and his new girlfriend, that would be freaking lovely.
Oh my god, I would listen. I'll follow her on TikTok.
Oh, sure.
Do you think she looks exactly like Gypsy in some ways?
No, I think she looks exactly like Ryan.
I kind of bet they kind of look like siblings.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a siblings are dating. I mean, Gypsy, I'm sorry you lost your chance with the best man in the world.
He's the most honest man on earth, and
and
here you are ruining it.
Yeah, apparently she's not happy that he's with somebody else. And I believe that. I believe that she no longer wants to be with him, but I also think
I'm
that she
Googling
wouldn't
it.
want him to move on.
Yeah, I kind of
She-
she really has the personality of someone who would be seething if
yeah.
she ever saw him happy. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like he can only kind of be happy with her. Wait, is this?
You found her?
I don't know.
Did you search Ryan Anderson girlfriend?
No, this is just I did, but no, I don't think that's her. I
Okay.
don't think so.
Does it look like Gypsy?
No, not at all.
Okay. Interesting.
Interesting.
Well,
anyway, email Diane if you know.
We're gonna-
Please. I'm
We'll do
desperate.
some research. This was internet gossip. If it's unsubstantiated, I'm sorry, but I'm going to choose to believe it, as I do.
Wow. I will too. Listen, I believe it.
All right.
Okay.
And then we can shut the door on our updates.
Oh yeah, first that's why I had my phone out, because I was like, sometimes I just search for any stragglers, but I don't think we had any stragglers. Oh, this person removed this post that am I the asshole, or no, it's the am I overreacting?
I love it when I'm reacting.
Herpes one.
Oh, yeah. Bummer.
That one was good. I wish I had screenshot of that.
I guess I never realized how many high schoolers on Reddit until I started reading Am I Overreacting?
How many what? High schools?
Yeah.
No,
People
I
were
did
like,
not.
me and my boyfriend are both in high school.
Oh my god, so many people
Yeah.
that are just like my boyfriend 22,
I know. I'm
me 19.
like, I remember.
I think he's cheating on me. And I'm just like, oh, if you think, just fucking honestly,
That's what everyone
cut that shit
says.
out.
Like literally every single thing is like, break up with them.
You break
They
up with them,
suck.
you're 19 years old. You're
Yeah.
gonna find someone in 4 seconds.
Literally in less time than you've
You're probably way hotter than him anyway. You know what I mean?
95% chance.
This guy picks his nose.
Yeah,
Get out of
absolutely. There was that one Am I Overreacting where she was like, my boyfriend keeps farting on me. And
Oh
like,
my god! If I
like, doing
find that,
that
I'm
thing.
putting in the
Yeah,
slimer.
please do.
I
Doing
sent
that-
it
what's
to
it called?
Michaela, and we talked about it at length.
What's it called when you fart under the blanket?
Dutch oven.
Yeah. And kept doing that and gave her pink eye multiple times. Did we talk about this on the podcast? Or
I
did we
don't know
just,
if we did. I think we.
Or do we just talk
I
about
think
it?
fires
IRL?
happened, unfortunately, so we didn't
Oh,
get to talk
bummer.
about it. Unfortunately, interrupted by
Unfortunately,
fire.
Yeah. I wish we could have talked about the Dutch oven. Am I overreacting?
He gave her pink eye by farting into his own hand and
Oh,
then
right.
putting it on her face.
Yeah. Multiple times she got pink-eyed
multiple
that way.
times. And then there was a comment. I gotta find it.
That is worse than syphilis, in my opinion.
I gotta say, yeah. There's nothing worse.
There's nothing worse because that's so fucking gnarly.
It's so fucking gnarly.
Because if he cheated and got an STD, that's like a tale as old as time. But giving you pink eye by farting into his hand and putting it on your face is definitely not a tale as old as time.
It's no. I mean, it's even funnier because somebody even replied. Hold on, Wow, it's still up. Thank fucking god.
Thank God.
Update. I'm truly disgusted. Oh, okay. I'm gonna read the update. I'm truly disgusted. Was this always here?
I don't know.
And I've honestly never experienced anything like this. I don't know where to even begin to explain what happened this morning. Oh, I told my boyfriend we need to have a serious discussion about a relationship when he comes home from work. He left this morning and I had a pit in my stomach the whole morning. I felt absolutely sick knowing I had to break things off when he would be home from work. To preface this next part, he lives in my apartment with me and has been living with me for the past 3-ish months. And so my name is on everything, least utilities. I decided to deep clean my apartment as a distraction.
I mean,
can't really explain the type.
Get the poop particles out.
It's like when you flush a toilet and
Yeah,
there are poop particles
yeah, of
everywhere.
course. Yeah.
That's his life and her life. His life is a walking poop particle,
He
unfortunately.
is. He literally is.
How's his biome? Probably bad.
Really bad.
So she deep cleaned the poop particle house. I can't really explain the type of bed frame I have, but it's like a bed base. Oh, I don't even want to know. And has fabric draping over the side so you can't see under the bed. But if you lift it up, there's about a 7-inch gap. I hope this makes sense in parentheses. I lifted up the fabric on the bed frame to clean out anything that had fallen behind the bed, etc. When I tell you there were legitimately 3 water bottles filled with urine, I genuinely fucking lost my mind. I have never been so repulsed by someone, and the sheer laziness and poor hygiene, it makes me sick to my stomach.
It takes so much more energy to lift up a mattress and put a bottle of piss under there than it does to walk to the bathroom and piss.
That is unbelievable. The comments have opened me up to a new perspective. Wow, Reddit saves lives.
It literally does.
Help me understand this is not the man I thought thought he was. At that moment, it was over for me. There was no way I would even entertain an explanation from him. I just wanted out. I've packed everything in garage bags, including the 3 disgusting bottles of urine, and left them in the hallway. Okay, so much after this. But anyway, wow, second quick update. I can't handle the stress and anxiety of him blowing up my phone or spam calling me, so I've just blocked his number. I can't deal with his shit right now, so I've cut off all contact.
Wow.
Locked post. And
Locked post.
the top comment 28 days ago was, "And you want to fuck this man."
Facts.
And then the top reply was, honestly, this is what I had to tell my husband when we were young. He and his friends thought this kind of stuff was hilarious, and I thought I was overreacting. And he thought I was overreacting. I said, if he wants to treat me like this, or one of his buddies, I'll be one. He doesn't sleep with them, and he won't sleep with me either. So he finally stopped. Edit. Edit to add, he never gave me pink eye and does wipe. And then barf emoji.
I mean,
those are
the
like
guy,
the 2 top.
That's right. The guy does not wipe. Important.
The guy doesn't wipe.
It makes no sense.
Oh,
It makes
screenshot again.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to put that in Wilmer Slamorama.
Guys, that was like honestly, that update from hell.
Absolutely
I'm
crazy.
going to send
Yeah,
this.
but you can shut the door on our updates.
I'm just going to shut the door on that.
Say what you want about Mark McGrath. He wipes.
He wipes. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
he
He
wipes.
wipes twice
He would-
sometimes.
He Dutch ovened his wife once and learned his lesson.
Oh, she punched him. And like, I don't condone violence, but she did.
In this case, you know.
She did. She just
She did, and it worked out in her face. Like, she
And
won.
he apologized.
Yeah, he was like, I'm sorry, I should never have Dutch ovened you.
Yes. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, my name is Mark McGrath,
and,
for sure.
And he never Dutch ovened again.
No, he would never. So, who is your TV talk?
Wow. Gosh.
Wait, is that next? Yeah. No, Good Boys.
Oh, you're right.
I'm
wow.
literally so twisted. My good boy is those sheep with the big ass.
Wow. Okay.
We'll put it in Wilmer.
We'll put it in Wilmer. Well,
they're these sheep.
She's into sheep now, I guess.
I guess I'm hardcore into sheep because they're these sheep in China and they literally have the fattest ass I've ever seen. Although according
beautiful.
to the TikTok I watched about them, that's really their tail. But it looks like a plump, juicy butt.
And is it ever?
And it moves like a plump, juicy butt.
And it's a plump, juicy butt.
And I'll watch it. It's like, you know, a bit of a badonkadonk, to be frank.
It's like, it feels fake. It feels like the kind of surgery you'd have to get electively.
It's like a Turkish BBL.
Oh, a Turkish BBL. Is that the new place to get a BBL in these days? But
I
like,
don't know.
I don't know. But like,
But
that's
it's
a
definitely
butt.
hair transplant central.
Totally.
Yeah, it's definitely those sheep with the big butt. They made my week better. And I feel like that's really what a good boy is.
It does. They did well.
They did well.
They did well. They do
Who's your
well for
good
the butt.
boy?
Who's my good boy? Up to my egg bites, not bad. I made my at-home egg bites. I could have spiced them up a little more. I'm gonna have to experiment a little more with like nutmeg or something.
Okay.
They need a little work, but they're fine.
You know what I tried for the first time? Those Trader Joe's chocolate croissants that you like leave out. They're frozen.
Oh,
You leave them out overnight to let them proof,
Mamma mia!
and then you bake them.
Oh my!
Are they the best croissants I've ever had? No. They're pretty good though. I mean, they don't have the like delicious, perfect flake of a croissant that what you're looking for in a croissant, which is like to end up all over you because it's so flaky.
You're right.
It doesn't have that, but still not bad. They taste good considering.
They taste good considering. I wouldn't mind. I mean, like a frozen,
I thought about making them, but I forgot. And like you really need like so much lead time because you have to let them proof for 9 hours.
Honestly, it's a home activity to bake. You got to be home.
Yeah, you got to be home.
If you're going to be doing that kind of shit. If you're going to be laminating butter, for crying out loud.
And like, can you imagine how upsetting it would be if I was proving those things and then the power went out, like when I was baking it?
That'd be really upsetting.
It's
more of a COVID activity.
It's like Daddy's getting his belt out. If you ask me.
Daddy getting his belt out and then, also shitting his pants.
Also shitting his pants.
His pants fall down and he shits his pants.
Yeah.
And then that's
Mel
like
Gibson,
the power going out when you're making
that man has
sauce.
definitely Dutch ovened a woman.
He's Dutch ovened someone. He's give someone a pink eye.
1,000,000%.
He's
Honestly, if you walk by him on the street, you might get pink eye.
You get walking pink eye.
Walking pink eye for sure.
You get Mel Gibson pink eye. That's a Mel eye right there.
That's a Mel eye.
He calls
right.
it Mel eye because it's just like it's like a different kind of thing.
It's sort of his signature.
You need broad spectrum antibiotics to get rid of it.
Yeah. They're barely legal in the U.S. So, okay, now we can do TV talk. TV talk. Well, I'll tell you what I'm watching.
You told me something earlier.
So there's a new well, I don't know how new it is, but I believe it's going to be a 3-parter, and 2 parts are out on Max about, let me say, a wickedly talented mommy vlogger who had a couple children and then adopted a child from China, had him for 2 years, and then rehomed him.
Wow.
It's insane. The gist of the story. And I remember when the story happened, but when I started the documentary, I didn't know what it was about. It just looked like it was about, I just thought it was going to be about like the mommy vlogging industry. I didn't realize it was specifically, about this one person.
Wow.
But there is a bit of industry talk, and it also talks about like the morality of adoption. And, I thought it's called an update on our family.
God, the morality of adoption. Interesting.
I find it very interesting.
I won't say any names, but like I know somebody from high school that like found their birth parents later in life, and I really don't remember whether or not they knew they existed. And like it's like one of those everyone's cool and we're all older, so we just got on with it. Oh no, she didn't know she was adopted. But it is very wild, I'm sure, to find out. It worked out in her favor that everybody's happy and got, along, and that you can like, spend time with your family now. But I don't know, just a specific kind of tragedy.
My closest friend who was adopted, it was an open adoption. Mm-hmm. And so they've known their birth parents their whole life, but then their birth parents had another kid who's like, their brother, basically. I mean, 100% biologically their brother. And they knew that that person was their brother, but the brother did not know until one of the parents died, and then like they were told like, oh, this person that's been in your life who you thought was just like, a weird family friend, cousin sort of situation, is actually your sibling.
Honestly, I always thought that you should just tell them up front.
I agree. I
had a friend when I was in elementary school, like my dear friend in elementary school, probably my closest friend, who was adopted, and she knew her entire life. Mm-hmm. And I just remember her kind of like saying like, when I'm 16, I'm going to meet them. Yeah. And like, that's when I get to meet them. And I kind of remember her like excitement and joy, and you're just like, and then getting older and wondering like how did it go? Because I know how her sisters went, and it was good, not great. And and they were adopted from like different families. Yeah. Really interesting though. I mean,
so the first 2 episodes, they barely touched on it because like the first episode was basically like setting up how these people got to be popular family vloggers, and then the second episode was when the adoption actually happened, and then they're basically setting up for the third episode that this child is going to be rehomed. But there is like an adoption attorney type of person who is a talking head in the documentary, and it seems like he talks about like he was a interracial adoptee, like he's Korean and his adoptive parents are white. And that's obviously like a very common thing. I feel like in the 90s, I mean, and now it's like very common for white families to adopt children from other countries and be like, whatever. It's a whole thing. So I'm curious to see how they talk about it and what happens.
And with the risk of this sounding naive, like, was that about like when they restricted the amount of children you could have in China that they did
That this started happening?
Yeah. Was that why there was like a popularity? Because like,
I don't know.
the thing is,
Because it's not just
take
like,
that out if it's not, but also like, I don't know. I just don't know.
I just don't know either.
Also, I know that there was a boom for like Ukrainian and Russian children.
Yeah, Natalia Grace.
Yeah. But like, I mean,
I think what's
there's
interesting
a lot of like stereotypes and stuff.
is,
That
like,
stuff I don't know is what is real and what is not.
You know, these kids are like in the kid that they adopted, who they named Huxley, which I can't, but whatever.
Huxley.
Okay. Like
No
Huxley
one
was
should be
in
named
an
that.
orphanage for a long time and had foster parents and felt like was very bonded with his foster parents. And then, you know, he's Chinese, he has special needs, he's like 4 years old. He is taken away from the people that he's bonded with and brought to like middle of nowhere America, where he's like definitely the only Chinese person for like, you know, he doesn't speak the language. It's just like,
That must be such an interesting life.
yeah. So it'll be interesting.
Were they
to see how
aware of
explore it.
his difficulties?
Yes, but I don't think they were aware of the like they knew. So she talks about it. So the documentary has a lot of obviously her former YouTube videos, and she was like very, very open about the entire process. And I guess there's basically like a checklist of like, what developmental disabilities are you okay with your kid having? And she was like, and we checked off like 95% of them. So they knew that he was going to have some sort of developmental delay, and they knew that he had some disabilities, like, but was generally like high functioning, was their understanding of the situation. And it seemed to be true when he arrived. And it probably is true, and they just fucking suck.
I don't know. I mean, like, I have a hard time blaming any time. I don't think especially with like Natalia Grace. Like, after watching that, I don't know what kind of person. I mean, it must be very hard to return a child, but also like, I don't know how anybody could like adopt a kid and then put them through such hell.
Right.
And like neglect.
And you think like, okay, if this son was their biological son and he ended up having autism and developmental delays and difficulty with language processing and all of the stuff that their adopted child had, would they just give him away? Probably not.
No.
Because it is
probably
like,
not.
I mean, and then of course with this, there's this whole element of like, she was basically monetizing the adoption.
I'm so shocked that is like, it's so shocking that that's a
They
thing.
showed this like super cringy ad that she did for like a laundry detergent, where she was like, I love washing Huxley's clothes in this laundry
like
detergent.
that. I forgot
because-
that they were vloggers. Oh my God, I totally forgot.
I love washing Huxley's clothes in this laundry detergent because it has that newborn smell, and I never got to smell him as a newborn. So it really helps me bond with him to
That
use
is
this laundry detergent.
disturbing.
Isn't that fucking... And like,
Wow.
they literally vlogged the entire process of picking him from like the catalog of children and going to China and taking him from the orphanage, and like the whole thing. It was like put on a playlist, and they have like YouTube experts in the documentary talking about how like their viewership really spiked, and like every time one of these new mommy vloggers has a new kid, their viewership goes up, their subscribers grow up, their watch rate goes up, like everything goes up. So they're kind of incentivized by the YouTube algorithm to have more kids. A normal person would be like, well, I can't fucking handle more kids, so I'm not going to have more kids. But if you're like, whatever, obsessed with being a YouTube vlogger, mommy vlogger, then you're like, I need to have more kids. And
it's unbelievable that there are more than one example of this too.
Oh,
Like, there
yeah.
are more than one example.
and I feel like we're about to get like, now we're getting the...
We don't even see half of them because it's not really our wheelhouse. Like,
Yeah.
we don't like,
No,
we're
no.
not fed it at all,
No.
but there's so many.
And now we're getting, you know, the John and Kate plus 8 kids stories, and like the 19 kids and counting stories.
The
And then in
originals.
like 10 years, we're going to get these like, my mom was a mommy vlogger and it was absolute fucking hell stories. You know, like that's coming.
Yeah, I guess that these are just the beginnings. Really.
Yeah.
It's so wild to think. And I mean, again, I don't know what it's like to have a child. I don't know what it's like to put my kid on Instagram, but like, it feels like it's all on steroids now. So like all those kids are not, and just like kids in general, like the dance mom kids. Okay.
Yeah.
JoJo Siwa. We're all seeing JoJo Siwa.
Yeah.
You know, I feel sorry for her only in that she had a weird life, but like she's out there being her weird self.
Yeah.
I'm glad she made it out.
Yeah, I mean, she's chosen to continue to be famous after she was sort of forced into it.
Yeah, but like
seems. I don't know.
I don't know what's in store for her 10 years from now.
No, me neither. And I just think like there is, there's the reality show kids. Then there's this other generation of the vlogging kids who there's less regulation on them. It's like the reality shows, they have some sort of like standards that they have to be held to.
Sadly.
Otherwise, like huge corporations are going to get sued.
Yeah, I don't think like, these mommy vloggers are making sure that their children are, clocked out for
morning
however
to
many
night.
hours.
They're at risk of being on camera.
It's crazy. It's crazy that like that people wouldn't even.
In the documentary, all the kids' faces are blurred. Like every example they show, it's like the kids' faces are blurred, and I'm like, it's like. Of course, because that's like the point of the documentary in a way, is like this there's like a privacy element.
But I saw this like super cringy video on Instagram the other day of like, I don't know, again, because Instagram's algorithm is toilet. It is toilet. Sends you whatever. And like, it was just like this, it was like millennial versus whatever Gen is now, probably 8 years old.
Yeah.
And
Gen Alpha.
Is it Alpha?
Yeah.
And then they're just like, saying words and like what their version of that word is. So like cool. And then whatever their version is. And like,
Sick.
again, I forget. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
The mom vibe there was just so annoying.
Yeah.
And the kid was so uninterested.
Oh,
I can't imagine what it's like to be like a vlogger child. Like,
Yeah. Well,
just
I
like
think
that
we're going to get
all fucking day long.
I think in like 6 years, I mean, maybe even sooner. Cause like who knows?
Psychotic.
We'll get an earful. We'll hear about it because it's just like, it's going to happen.
I don't see why parents don't understand the line they're crossing all the time.
Because they're blinded by like the thought of, well, I think like early YouTube is very different than the current age where there's like a little bit more, people are talking about the risks more. They're talking about child privacy more. But like in 2012 when like, the YouTube was popping off.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was as discussed, even though to me it's like kind of second nature to be like, well, the kid can't consent to being on camera. I think it was just there was less concern for privacy then, but now it's like
the line is entirely blurred between like content creating and like,
exploiting these kids.
Yeah, it's entirely
the
same thing.
It definitely appears like in this documentary, at least, that this mommy vlogger, Michaela, some shit like that, adopted a kid for the views.
That's a lot.
And then could not handle it.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I would say don't do that. Do you have any other TV talks?
Secrets of the Dead is back. I like that on PBS.
Oh, did you watch the Curious Case of the girl who died twice?
No, I haven't yet.
It wasn't that good. Sorry.
Who cares?
All right. Well, we're over an hour.
Oh my God, look at us just yapping away.
Yapping about mommy vlogging,
yap.
as one does.
Until mommy comes in and takes off her belt.
Until mommy comes in
ass.
and takes off her bra.
Takes off her takes her tits out. Tits out? You know what I mean.
Email Diane so she'll take her tits out at badboypod.com. Your bad boys on the block, your good boys. Any sort of fun little thing. Shop.badboypod.com for a Diane t-shirt and some other merch-a-doodle-doo. Follow us at Bad Boy Podcast. Leave us a 5-star review, for God's sakes. I mean, come on. It's the last thing you should do before you die. And, don't mommy vlog.
Don't do that.
Unless you must. For the
Unless
content.
you're mom to lizards. Because they don't care.
Yeah, you're right. They don't care.
Because cats, they need a lot of attention. Dogs, they need a lot of... Lizards, you put a fucking camera in the face. They don't care.
They don't care. They won't even notice.
No.
All right. That's it.
Have a perfect evening and day and wonderful life, bitch.
Brought to you by Lady Parts.